And this one is a cooperative campaign game where players are going to be playing through a series of scenarios, making different decisions, and then also taking different paths depending on their successes and failures. But throughout the story, players are going to be traversing different buildings and saving civilians while taking out threats and collecting different types of data. Each scenario is going to have different goals and objectives for the players to try and achieve, but the way that the game works is that each player is going to have their own deck of action cards depending on the character that they're playing as, and then you're going to be using 2 of those cards each round to try and reach your objectives. And I couldn't find a picture of the game actually set up, but essentially the way that this game works is that you're going to have a bunch of different decks of cards, with each of those decks representing a different floor in the building. Players are each going to have their own character card that they'll be able to use actions to move up and down the different floors, essentially giving them access to those different decks. But the different action cards that players gain not only allow them to move between those various decks and go up against those threats, but they can also do other things like allowing them to peek at the top of those decks and even bury cards at the bottom of the deck if they don't want to deal with them, or even reveal cards which can have different consequences and of course can be a lot less risky if you were able to peek at them first. Of course, if you're not careful, you could end up setting off the alarm within the building, and after players have each performed their 2 actions, you're then going to be activating any of the enemies that are currently revealed and not defeated. And also, if the alarm is going off, you're going to be revealing the top card from each of the individual decks, potentially putting even more enemies out on each floor. Not only that, but you're also going to be flipping over one of your cards from your timer deck, which can also cause different effects from round to round. And of course, if that deck completely runs out before you achieve your objectives, then the players do lose that scenario. But if you are interested to learn more about this one, you can check it out. I'll have it linked in the description down below.